But if I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't you proud to beg, sweet darling? Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to plead, baby, baby? Please don't leave me, girl. Now I heard a crying man is half a man with no sense of pride. But if I have to cry to keep you, I don't mind weeping if it'll keep you by my side. Ain't you proud to beg?
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Madhouse TV, and this is Bobby Baby Walker speaking to you from Baby Love Music, and my co-host is Renee Marie Testa from
Hi.
Stroke, who wrote a book called Stroke of Luck, and her foundation is called
Renee Marie's Language of Love.
Renee Marie's Language of Love.
And the
Okay.
exciting thing is that we were just got approved for a 501(c)(3) status. So I'm really excited about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anyway, today's program is going to be on music. We're going to start off by, I'm going to start off by looking at, oh yes, now booking Renee Marie and Bobby Baby Walker, Spread the Love Show, and you can contact me at 914-400-5670. I knew that.
And they should be, you scroll, do you have that to scroll a little across the bottom of the screen? If you do, then, there we go. There we go.
There
It's
it
scrolling
is,
on the
there it
bottom of the
is.
screen. Bobby and I just performed, well, we've been working on this for a while, right, Bobby?
Yes, we have.
And we're kind of crafting it and creating it, but we're about 95% there. And we were testing it out at two performances last week.
Yes.
Why don't you talk about the places? Give them a little plug. They were nice enough to.
Yeah. We performed, on Friday we performed at a place in Yonkers called San Martino's.
Yeah, it was a great Italian food, right?
Italian restaurant.
It was really good.
And they were really good to us,
Yeah.
and we had a nice showing,
Yeah.
a nice crowd.
And it was fun. And it
was fun, absolutely, absolutely. And then Saturday, we performed at a place called Rini's Restaurante in Elmford, New York.
That was fun too.
And they went all out. They hooked us up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was
really
good. And we had a nice showing there too. And we thank all of
Yes.
you for coming.
Yes, and we
all
thank
those
you.
that came, we thank you. All those that are gonna come, we thank you, and like that.
Yeah.
Okay? Anyway, today's show is gonna be on a music, and it's gonna be on
Are we
chords.
still streaming?
We're gonna be on chords, and these chords are the basic triads of the scale. Okay, we went over the scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so now we went through, after that we went through intervals, right? Do, mi, re, do, mi, do, fa, do, sol, do, la, do, ti, do, do.
Is that almost like what's the song? Do, a deer, a female
Right,
deer,
right,
ray,
yes.
a drop of golden
That song was
snow.
written around the major scale,
Wow.
okay? So anyway, two notes indicate the distance between from one note to the other. It's called, there are four majors and four perfect, all right? The perfects are perfect unison, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, and perfect octave. Those are four perfects. Then the others are major second, major third, major sixth, and major seventh. Okay? And those are the distances between two notes. Now, each one of those notes can be altered to be something else. All right? They can be perfect, minor, major, or diminished, or augmented. Okay?
What, Bobby, I had to stop you. What does augmented mean? Because
Augmented means that the top top factor of the chord is raised,
okay.
a half step. Okay?
Could
Okay, an augmented chord would be do, mi, so.
and that's so
Right,
is
right.
the augmented chord,
Right,
right?
right. I mean, okay, if you add a note to the interval, any interval, it makes it a chord. 3 notes or more is a chord, okay? So in terms of the scale, you have do, mi, sol, which is a major chord on the built on the first note of the scale. Re, fa, la is a minor chord built on the second note of the scale. And so you have a major chord and a minor chord, right, going up the scale so far, all right? Then you have mi, sol, ti, which is also a minor chord. So you have 1 major, 2 minor. Then the next one is fa, la, so, do, which is a major chord built on the 4th degree of the scale. Sol, ti, re is a major chord built on the 5th degree of the scale. So now you have 2 major, which is the 1, the 4, and the 5, and 3 major and 2 minor. Okay? 1, 4, 5 major, and 2 and 3 of the scale is minor. Okay? Then the next chord is la, do, mi, which is a minor chord and the first chord of the minor scale. Okay? It starts at the 6th degree of the major scale. All right? Ti, re, fa, which is actually a diminished chord. It is a diminished chord, which means that it's a minor chord with a lowered 5th degree. Okay? And every single major scale has one. Okay? The 7th degree of every major scale is that diminished chord. Okay? So now we have a major, 2 minors, 2 majors, a minor, and a diminished. And those are
Now you explain to me what the augmentin is.
right.
So
Okay.
just sing for
I'm
me.
getting to that.
Okay.
I'm getting to that. Okay. Now, any scale, any chord can be altered. Okay. So there is a chart, right, where the kind of chord is in the middle, right? So let's say major chord, right? If you flat it, a major chord, and you flat the 3rd degree of the chord, all right? If you flat the 3rd degree, it makes it minor,
Right.
Okay, that's
Okay.
a half step lower. Now, if you flat it again, it becomes diminished.
Okay.
Okay, but you have to if you flat it again, you flat the 5th degree. Okay, 5th and 3rd. All right, the middle and the 5th degree.
Okay.
Okay, that makes it a diminished chord.
Okay.
Whereas if you start again at the major chord and you raise the 5th degree, you go up a half step, that makes it an augmented chord. Okay? So, to give you an idea of what it sounds like, major chord is do, mi, sol. A minor chord going down a half step is do, me, sol. And then a diminished chord going down again, lowering the 5th, is do, me, sol. Okay?
Okay.
Whereas if you start again at the major, do, mi, sol, and you go up, you raise the 5th degree to make it an augmented, it would be do, mi, si. Okay? We'll go over that on the keyboard, just so you could see a visual, get a visual of what it is. Okay, this is middle C. No, let's say this is middle C. Okay? All right, it's every other note, right, in the key of C. If we do it in the key of C, we got C, E, and G for the major chord. All right? Then you have, for the minor chord, C, E flat, and G for the minor chord. All right? Then you have, to make it a diminished, it's C, E flat, and G flat. Okay? And then to make it augmented, starting on the major again, it's C, E, and G sharp instead of G flat. Okay? That's augmented chord. All right? And so these are the major the 4 qualities of any chord. All right? Now, we're in the future, we're going to talk about adding more notes to the chord to make it a larger chord and different qualities that these chords will have, but they do not change out of major, minor, diminished, and augmented. It's some kind of major, minor, diminished, and augmented when you get into the higher forms of the chord. Okay? That means the higher forms meaning adding major 7th, 9th, 11th, and 13th, which is the most you can have in any chord. All right? Well, we'll get to that later. Okay, so here is a chart.
Do you want them to put them on the screen? They have
Yes,
them to put on the screen.
would you put this on the screen?
Which one?
This is augmented chord.
Would it be possible to put the augmentin? There we go. There we
There
go.
you
It's up there.
Okay. So if you look at the scale. Wait a minute. Is that the augmented chord?
Is that the augmented one?
No, that's a major chord.
Major chord? Okay.
That's the major chord, I
Okay.
think. Okay, the major chord
Wait,
is,
leave the.
is C, E, and G. Okay? C, E, G. That's the major chord. All right? And it's made up of a major interval on the bottom and a minor interval on the top, which means C to E is major and E to G is minor. Okay? All right. Next chord is a minor chord, and that is built on C, E flat. The black key is E flat or D sharp. It serves a dual purpose, okay? But in this particular case, we're going to call it E flat instead of D sharp. It's the same note, but it's spelled differently, okay? So it's C, E flat, and G, okay? And that's a minor interval on the bottom from C to E flat, okay? And then from E flat to G is a major interval. So the major chord is the opposite of the minor chord, all right? Minor chord has the minor interval on the bottom. Major chord has the major interval on the bottom, all right? Okay, we like to go to commercial right now, and we will be back.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Okay, where are we? All right, before I start, I want to talk about a young lady that is from the Bronx, a friend of mine. I got to call her a friend of mine because she can sing.
She can sing. I heard her before.
She can sing.
Wow.
And she's going to sing for you in a few minutes.
She's going to do one of my favorites,
right.
Whitney Houston.
Directly, yes. And I just wanted to give you a heads up. She's going to be on the show today and on the next segment. And
we're going to talk to her the next segment.
We're going to interview her the next segment just to get an idea of who she is and where she's been. And then she's going to sing on the last segment. So that's going to be a treat for you.
Yes, so stay tuned.
Right. And she sings in English and in Spanish. All right? And she can sing both in bilingual singing. That's great.
She's wonderful.
Absolutely. Okay, so getting back to what we were talking about. Major interval on the bottom is a major chord. Minor interval on the bottom is a minor chord. Then a minor interval on the top and bottom is diminished. And a major interval on the top and bottom is augmented. Okay? So you have major, minor, diminished, and augmented chords. All right? All right, so if we take a minor chord and we lower the middle no, excuse me, you lower the top, all right, it becomes diminished. If you lower the top of a major chord, all right, it becomes it has a diminished on the top, okay? And in the scale, it's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and diminished, okay? Now, that's important to know because when you're creating chords or connecting chords, you have to know which ones, what qualities any particular chord is. So for instance, in the key of A flat, if I tell you you're connecting a 1 chord to a 4 chord to a 6 chord and then to a 5 chord, you have to know what the qualities of those chords are. And in jazz, jazz musicians many times use the Roman numeral system, which is the first, the 1 chord is a capital I, the second chord is a 2 small i's, the third chord is 3 small i's, the fourth chord is a capital I and a V. The fifth chord is a V, capital. The sixth chord is a V and a capital V and a capital I.
Bobby, can I ask you a question? Why do they use the Roman numerals? What?
They use Roman numerals because Roman numerals become generic. If you know the quality of any one of those chords or of all of those chords,
Okay.
they can tell you in the key of G, say for instance.
Right.
All right? We're doing 1, 2, 4, 5.
Right.
Right? Then we're going to a 6, 7, 1, and back to 5. All right? The qualities are always the same.
Okay.
Okay? Because the 1 chord is major, the 2 chord is minor,
Right.
the 3 chord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They use
So
they use
you
the
know what
Roman numerals.
Right. You use the Roman numerals to know what quality the chords are.
Oh, okay.
All right? And it makes it much simpler. Many jazz musicians use that system.
That's why I'm curious. That's why I was curious because, to me, if it's simple, why does the jazz culture use it and everybody else doesn't?
It works out better for jazz musicians because you can add to them easier. And it makes it very complicated to like in classical music, it makes it very complicated to indicate various changes.
Yeah, when
You
I
know?
go to a jazz concert or
Yeah.
band, they kind of just go off and kind of
Yeah.
add on as
Yeah.
they're going, or they'll say one more
Right,
time,
right.
and they really can't do that in classical.
Right. And in jazz, just so you know, to get off the subject a little bit, in jazz, what they do oftentimes is that they'll take a song like Mary Had a Little Lamb, right? And they'll play it through once, maybe twice,
Right.
and then they will use what they call variations, all right? Now, variations can come in many forms. You can have chord variations, all right? You can have melodic variations under the same chords.
Wow.
Then you can have a variation by flipping the chord into something else and having the same melody, or
Wow.
changing the melody slightly. You know, there's all kinds of variations of variation. You know what I'm saying? In classical music, they call that theme and variation.
Okay.
Okay, where you have the theme, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then they go into different ways of using the chords
Right,
and,
right,
and
right.
melody. All right. And so we have come to the next segment of our show, but first we'll go to commercial, please.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Can I put it in my head? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Yay!
And we are back with my good friend. What's your name again?
Carmen.
Carmen Nieves from the Bronx. Yeah. Girl can sing.
Yeah.
You hear me? She can sing
Yeah,
in
what about-
English and in Spanish. Okay, and we're going to get a sample of that directly.
Woo!
Now, I just wanted to go over some stuff with you. Like, your married name is not Nieves, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is Nieves.
It is.
Okay. All right. And she hails from the Bronx.
Were you raised in the Bronx?
I was raised in the Bronx, born in Puerto Rico. Came here when I
Ah,
was only about 8 years old.
you're Puerto Rican also, right, Bobby? Ah.
Yeah, I like
Were
to think
you-
of myself as Puerto Rican sometimes.
Were you both in the same area in Puerto Rico?
Not necessarily. I was
Well-
in some Rio Piedras.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where you were born?
Really?
Yeah, my family is from Rio Piedras too. You
See?
might know my family.
We might be family. You
You
never.
Oh, my God.
you know Juan el Gallero.
Gallero.
I'm not so sure. I know so many of them.
Oh, because my uncle used to have train cocks to fight.
Oh.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
It was many years ago, Bobby.
Yeah,
Don't worry
many,
about it.
many years
It was in
ago.
Puerto Rico too,
Yeah,
right?
that was before the whole issue of animal cruelty came out.
Wow.
But that used to be a thing in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Used to be a sport.
it's sports.
So you
right,
were both from the same area in Puerto Rico.
right.
See, there's something new. That's a tweetable moment, as Oprah would say.
Yeah, tweet.
Tweet it, tweet it.
Okay, so Carmen sings in Spanish and English, and she writes songs in Spanish and
Ah.
English. Okay, so she writes in bilingual.
Do you record the songs you write?
Not at the moment, no.
I'm looking for songs.
Look forward to it.
Okay.
And to do in Spanish también.
Oh, great,
Right,
great.
Yeah. Yeah, you're Spanish, right? You are
Cuban. Yeah.
Cuban, yeah.
Sí.
Sí.
¿Tú no recuerdes?
Recuerda.
Recuerda.
Okay.
So,
So
when did you?
so
if
this
you don't
is
mind-
this has become a Hispanic.
Yes, and
show.
I said, and I also said one time that I want to do a whole show in Spanish
Okay.
to be able to touch another world. Not that it's translated in it, but there's a whole audience out there that only speaks Spanish, and I think it would be wonderful for us to be able to touch them.
Definitely.
So,
And so for you Hispanic people that are watching, we say gracias por mirar
Sí.
a nuestro programa y esperamos que sigan mirando o velándonos.
y queremos hacer una ¿cómo te dices show en español?
Una presentación.
Una
presentación.
presentación en español
Sí, sí, para tú,
para ustedes.
para
su
ustedes.
público hispano.
Sí, sí.
Right.
Y
Okay.
tú puedes estar aquí con
Okay.
Mucho
nosotros.
gusto.
Okay. So when we do that show, we're going to ask Carmen to come back and be our co-hostess.
Yes.
That would be fabulous.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Oh, of course not.
Okay. All right. So Carmen was a member when she was young of La Tuna Puertorriqueña. What was that?
That was a group that was founded by Marina Torres back in the 60s. We had young adults and young teenagers from
Wow.
ranging from the age of, I would say, about maybe 10 years old to 18, 21. We basically performed Latin music,
Wow.
a lot of folk music called La Plena, bomba, merengues, salsa, ballads, and a lot of traditional music, you know, del Jibarito de Lares and things like that.
Wow. Where did you perform it?
We've had major performances ranging from community-based organization groups, the Puerto Rican Manhattan Puerto Rican Parade.
Oh, this was in Puerto Rico?
This was
No,
here in New York
in
City.
New
New York
York.
City?
Yeah.
We also performed at community centers, El
Wow.
Teatro Puerto Rico, which no longer exists, but we performed there.
That's the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican theater.
Yes.
On 138th Street
Yes.
in the
There's
Bronx.
That's
There's
one of
such a
them.
difference. There's nobody's better, but there's a difference between Spanish music and American music.
Yes.
Spanish music is just energetically lift you all the
Yes.
time. I don't know why it does that. I mean, just if you think about Mark Anthony or you think about
Oh,
Jennifer
definitely.
Lopez or Gloria Estefan, they just bring good energy. So American artists do too, but in a different way.
Right.
In a different way. So I'm sure it was rocking.
Yeah, I'm sure it still does.
No, I'm saying your group that you were in
Oh, yeah,
probably
definitely.
lifted the roof on a lot of
We
places.
We were able to perform for organizations. We did fundraisers back in the days. We did a lot of fundraisers for families that were not able to pay for the bills. So one of the instances that I performed when I came in the group back in the 70s was at Lincoln Hospital. That was one of my first performances.
Wow.
I was a nervous wreck.
Wow.
But it was uplifting because you knew you was doing something
When
for
you have a cause.
for a community, for a great cause, and that
Right.
meant a lot to me. And from that moment on, I knew I wanted to stay. But the interesting story about how I became a member of that group was really stuck in my mind. I was riding on the train. You know, back in the days, the trains, you had those big long bars and you had to hold on to them, and they used to use the cassette players. Okay, I didn't carry one of those because I was always afraid of getting mugged in the train. So I used to sing and hum music to myself. And one of the members of that group, his name is Victor Hernandez, he taps me in the arm. And I was very cautious about everyone. He says, "You have a beautiful voice. Why don't you join our group?" And I just looked at him like, "Are you out of your mind?" So he invited me to come see the group. Of course, me being a teenager, 16 years old, I was also very cautious. But he kind of inspired that trust,
you just
know,
knew.
like, wow, he saw something.
Yeah.
Let me just check it out. And so I met up with him at the location. And as I got in there, they just asked me to come in. "I want you to sing this song." I said, "No problem." I sang En Mi Viejo San Juan, which is a traditional song of
What
Puerto
song
Rico.
was that?
En Mi Viejo San Juan.
In Mi Viejo San
Yes.
Juan.
¿Tú puedes cantar un poquitico?
En mi viejo San Juan, cuántos sueños forjé en mis noches de infancia.
Okay, not too much, not too much. Okay.
That's a little
Okay.
tease for the next.
I just want to let everybody out there know that I have her on contract, so don't try anything. Okay.
And when I showed up at the location, I sang that song. They were fascinated, so they decided to let me join. But there was a catch to it. In order for you to be a member of the singing dancing group, you had to either dance, because they had dancers, or play an instrument. Obviously, I wasn't going to dance because I wasn't the dancer. So I chose to play an instrument. And I learned. That's when I learned to play the glockenspiel, which is called in Spanish a lira.
Okay.
We also call them the bells. So once you
Right,
carry in a
right,
parade and
right,
you
right,
play
right.
one
Liar,
stick.
liar.
Yes,
Right,
that's
right.
what it is. And I'm still playing it still today.
Wow.
And I love it. It's
Very good,
I don't it's fascinating to
It
be
is.
able
It's-
to put music together
Yes.
just by ear.
Yeah. Bobby and I, when we sang last week, we actually had maracas
Yeah.
and
Wow.
a tambourine. And it just adds a different dimension to the whole show.
Yes, it does.
You know, it's really fun. So-
That's what music is all about.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I love about it.
And we actually had a gentleman playing the flute with the harmonica.
The harmonica.
What was his name?
That was
Joe.
Joe.
Joseph. He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. So,
Okay, so we like to kind of move on, but the time is the clock is ticking.
we have a few more minutes.
Do we?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking at the wrong
So,
clock.
where have you been? Can I ask her where she's been performing recently?
I've recently been doing some
Yeah.
private stuff at community activities. I've done performances for baseball leagues. Whenever they have an inauguration, they would call me to sing either the national anthems or a little piece of the stuff
Right,
that I do.
right.
I've done private parties,
Wow.
316s, 1 or 2 weddings, stuff like that.
Well, you have a gift.
Yes,
And I've
yes,
also
she-
performed at the Iguanas, Dylan's, and the Apollo a
Wow.
few years back.
Wow. Well, you're a gift. You're a gift to
Thank
us.
you.
Okay, and with that, we will go to commercial break right now.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face.
Goodbye.
Oh no! Ay, no. Power!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Old Spice body spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power! Old Spice body spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power!
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we have Miss Carmen Nieves here. And she's going to sing 2 songs for you, one in English, one in Spanish. And you're going to see she is a songbird. Okay? Okay. All you managers out there, stay off of her, all right? Stay away. She's mine. Okay. Without any further ado, Ms. Nieves.
Thank you, Bobby.
Qué triste es despertar
se cura una herida, cuando perdonar es tan difícil y cuando olvidar no se consigue, cómo enfrentarse a la vida con el corazón hecho pedazos, cuando la desilusión te quiebra el mundo y pega golpe bajo. Nunca imaginé llorar tu engaño. En medio del dolor, mi fuerza fue mi fe. En mi lamento, buscando aliento, miré hacia el cielo y pregunté cómo se cura una herida, cuando perdonar es tan difícil y cuando olvidar no se consigue, cómo enfrentarse a la vida con el corazón hecho pedazos, cuando la desilusión te quiebra el mundo y pega golpe bajo. Nunca imaginé llorar. Tu engaño me enseñó que no hay nada seguro, que solo se puede contar con Dios. ¿Cómo se cura una herida? Cuando perdonar es tan difícil. ¿Cómo enfrentarse a la vida con el corazón hecho pedazos, cuando la desilusión te quiebra el mundo y pega golpe bajo? Nunca imaginé llorar tu engaño. Stolen moments, it's all that we share. You've got your family and they need to bear. Though I try to resist being last on your list, but no other man's gonna do. So I'm saving all my love for you. It's not very easy living alone. My friends try and tell me find a man of my own, but each time I try, I just break down and cry, 'cause I'd rather be home feeling blue. So I'm saving all my love for you. You used to tell me we run away together.
Bobby.
That was great. Yeah. All right.
Great
That
job.
was Carmen.
Great job.
Nieves.
you enjoyed it.
Carmen Nieves. And now we're gonna.
I think we're we
How many minutes we got left? Okay,
no minutes.
no minutes. So we're gonna say good night to everybody. And do we have a song that we're gonna go out with?
Nope.
No. Okay. So we'd just like to say good night to everybody.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Carmen.
you so much for
Oh,
coming.
it was a pleasure.
Carmen.
Thank you.
It was a blessing.
And we hope that you will all come to see Carmen when she starts performing.
And if anybody wants to book Carmen,
In
of
the
course
area.
they could call Bobby, and the number
Right.
will be on the show.
Okay? So, thank you very much, Bobby Baby Walker, Marie Testa,
Renee Marie.
Renee Marie Testa.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Let's blow our kisses, Bobby. Let's go with kisses.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.